4. Last night, a complete game win for Georgina Korick. First pitch today, a steamer, called strike one. Montana Fouts pitching to Jayla Lassiter.
She's going to work very efficiently with her curveball, drop ball down in the zone, that rise ball 20%. She uses it so effectively, but very rarely does Montana go to her off speed. She saves it for only the times that she needs it. She'll just work her velo, 70 plus, a power pitcher through and through.
5-1. Montana Fouts, 5 complete games. Humps it up there 70 miles per hour. Jayla Lassiter 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. On the season hitting .231. When these Talons pitchers get 2 strikes on a batter, you can hear everyone in unison at Dumke Family Softball Stadium chanting caw, caw, caw.
There it is.
Little low, 3-2.
I feel like that might put a little pressure on me, like, oh, I better deliver with a strike right here for my fans.
Fouts, the 3-2. Good confident swing. Lassiter lives to fight another day. Throwing the ball back to Montana Fouts. Charlize Palacios, good to see her back in uniform. Charlize has only been able to play 6 games this year, but she's healthy and back behind the plate. That's a strength for Utah. Another confident swing for Lassiter.
Yeah, Charlize has been a huge piece, even though she hasn't been suited up in uniform and behind the dish. She's been a part of calling the pitches for Montana or Georgina Korick or Megan Framo. Even though she hasn't been doing it herself, she's been doing it from the dugout.
Great start to the game for Texas. That is a leadoff walk for Jayla Lassiter, who saw a bunch of pitches from Montana Fouts and is aboard. Let's take a look at the rest of the lineup. This is brought to us by Easton. Ricky Woodard, the head coach for the Texas Volts. You just saw Lassiter. This is going to be Riley Boone. Jackie Liss moving up in the world, now hitting 3rd, followed by Benford Mulipola. Goodwin, Rachel Garcia hitting for herself. Sierra Romero and Michaela McLean making her first professional start.
And there's 4 rookies in this lineup for Texas. Riley Boone leads this lineup in batting average. I like her in this 2 spot because to me she's the best contact hitter in this lineup for Texas, and so the Talons recognize the ability that Riley has to just put bat on ball, and the infield is in tight.
Little bit outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Fouts comes into this game 38 innings of work, 34 strikeouts, only 7 walks. Tapped fair. That's a good job by Boone. Gets herself a base hit. 2 aboard for Texas. 16th hit on the season for Riley Boone.
Could not ask for a better start for Texas. A gritty at bat to start off this inning by Jayla Lassiter, and then Riley Boone. This is the contact that I'm talking about. It's an ugly swing, but she just sprays the field so well. And setting the table here for the rookie, Jackie Liss, who has a very hot bat.
4-game hitting streak for Jackie Liss. We've been following her around. Saw her over the weekend playing a home game against Portland in Round Rock, Texas. She was swinging a hot bat, and because of that, she is now hitting in the 3 spot for Texas. Yesterday's game, 2 for 3 with a double, Jackie Liss. Up the middle. They'll get an out at second, on to first, and even though Flippin gave it a great try, not going to get Liss out at first. First out of our ball game, runners on at the corners.
Good first out defensively for Utah, but a productive out, moving Jayla Lassiter over to third base, 60 feet away from the game's first run. And that was a nice, nifty little flip from Savannah Jaquish, who just started at second base yesterday for the first time in what we think is like her professional and collegiate career.
Aaliyah Binford likes to swing first pitch, and she takes.
Oh.
That may be the first time I've seen Binford all season long take the first pitch, and it's a strike. Binford, the main power threat in this lineup for Texas. She has 5 of the team's 16 home runs. You hit a home run here in this ballpark, you've done it though. This is the biggest ballpark in the AUSL this year. Fouts pours it past her. Fouts dreaming about a strikeout. First time back on June 18th that Fouts faced Texas. Was not great in the first inning and then figured it out. Finished with 12 strikeouts. Little tapper. It's going to score a run. Jaquish goes to second. A run does score. Give the RBI to Binford. It's a 1-0 lead for Texas.
And this is so huge for the Volts to get out to a good start. And you have a couple of runners on. You have to find a way to score that game's first run. You get that lead off, and it was via the walk, so the free pass. You always circle that, see if that comes around to score. It does.
Texas still with a threat. Here's Deja Mulipola. 6th game of the season for Deja. Still looking for her first homer. She's got 3 hits and 11 at-bats. 1 for 3 yesterday. Couldn't ask for a better day here in Salt Lake City. Just beautiful.
I know, I don't really want to leave. Walking around before this game, I was like, this is pretty nice. I can stay here for a bit.
This is one of these quick 2-game series. Last night, Utah, 5-2 winner, riding Georgina Corrick. This will be the final regular season meeting between Texas and Utah. And Fouts strikes out Mulipola. But the Volts strike first. Let's take a look at the Talons starting lineup presented by Rawlings. Wyckoff leads things off. We highlight Jadlyn Alchin because she had a day yesterday. 4 for 4, just the second 4-hit game in the history of the Talons. She joins Hannah Flippett in that category. Woolery, Coleman, Bree Ellis, Savannah Jaquish, Charlize Palacios, welcome back. Hannah Flippin, the great palindrome, and Aaliyah Andrews hits 9th. They'll bat against veteran right-hander from UCLA, Rachel Garcia.
One of the greats of our sport. It's been a little bit of a slow start for Rachel, but she always has that big velocity that she can rely on. You'll see her light up that radar, very similar to what we're seeing from Montana Fouts, where it's going to be 70 miles an hour every other pitch.
Garcia, 29 years of age. She's been a pro for a long time. Has done fantastic things as a collegiate at UCLA. Also internationally playing for Team USA. She's an Olympian from back in 2021. Took home a silver. Kaylee Wyckoff. First pitch called strike 1. Wyckoff 1 for 4 yesterday. Utah, the best team in the league with a bullet, but they don't have an overpowering offense. They'll kind of nickel and dime you. They hit 272, but only 8 homers? 8 homers in 15 games. That's not a bunch. but they figure out how to score just enough runs, and the pitching staff makes it hold up.
Rachel's going to work that curveball, whether it's away to Wyckoff and it's a backdoor curve or going inside to lefties. She loves a curveball, but she'll throw it and spray it on both sides of the plate. And then, of course, the rise ball. So everything is, the majority of her arsenal is going to be upspin.
Backhanded by the shortstop. McLean can't make it stick in the glove. And first base runner is aboard for Utah. Okay, we got a runner on at first. Nobody out. Let's check in with Sydney Supley. Sydney.
Eric, Rachel Garcia told me she was itching to play in this stadium. Utah is a place she has had some of her best softball memories when she looks back on her college days at UCLA and playing in the Pac-12. She even played here on her 21st birthday, where she went 4 for 4, and she said, I think I even hit a home run. So hoping to carry that over to tonight.
Thank you, Sydney. A mistake is made by Sierra Romero. Sierra was thinking double play. At least they're going to get the lead runner at second, but the play's not made. So runners on at first and at second with nobody out.
Yeah, so right away, Rachel, you can tell the priority is to keep the ball on the ground, gets 2 ground balls that potentially could have been 2 outs. Instead, for Utah, this is matching what Texas did to open up this game.
Drilled an error on Romero. Here's Jordan Woolery looking for her first professional homer. Woolery just finished off a college season at UCLA, where she hit 36 spring homers, but hasn't homered in 35 pro at-bats. What a great career. And that's at UCLA, folks. That's not at some community college down the road. That's the best of the best.
Yeah, I always think about that when you hear of a Megan Grant that's beating, or I guess taking over the record from a Stacey Newman or a Jordan Woolery that is top 5 in all of these offensive categories. It's like, yeah, you think they would be at this level, be that good, but you think about the program that UCLA is and how many amazing players. You're talking about Mount Rushmore type of players coming from that program, and what Jordan Woolery and Megan Grant both did this season. I mean, we'll be talking about it for years.
3-time All-American, Softball America Player of the Year. Just a fantastic season, finishing up as a Bruin.
And you can tell Rachel respecting the power and not wanting Jordan Woolery, yes, a rookie, but knowing the power that she watched her swing with at UCLA. A couple of alums here going at it, but Rachel has been working that inner half tight with that backdoor curve.
Good block by the catcher, Mulipola. Both starting pitchers, Fouts and now Garcia, throwing more pitches in the first inning than they probably would have liked. Great take. So the infield single, the error by Romero. Runners at first and at second, nobody out, and now a 3-2 pitch to Woolery. Bases loaded, nobody out for Utah.
That was one heck of an AB. Saw a lot of foul balls, saw the off speed, saw a drop ball.
Ball has not left the infield, and Utah has the bases loaded.
And I love this emotion. First inning, your team is down 1. This is the team that tops the league. They want to stay that way.
Jada Coleman. Called strike 1 to Coleman. She does not agree. Coleman, like Woolery in front of her, looking for her first homer. 6 hits and 16 at-bats on the year. Batting average of .375. With the bases loaded, 6 for 17, the Talons are.
Can't pull off of that pitch. Jada Coleman just getting a little bit in front of it. That's a backdoor curve. That's away from her, a left-handed hitter. The only chance that she has to hit that pitch true is to keep her right shoulder in, really dial it in. Almost think, I'm going to hit this ball down the left field line.
Garcia's not have her put-away pitch right now. She can get 2 strikes, but can't finish off any of these hitters. Softly, Garcia's plays in front of her. They get the out there, safe at first. There's the first out of the inning.
A little bit awkward here for Jada Coleman coming out of her swing. The curveball goes in tight on her hands. Rachel getting that key first out. Texas trying to turn 2 very quickly, but even with the stumble, Jada Coleman has so much speed down the line.
Well, now a double play would get Garcia out of the inning. Bree Ellis, the batter. Ellis coming off a real good game yesterday. Had 2 hits and a walk. And now a meeting in the circle. Head coach Ricky Woodard is going to go talk to not only Garcia and Mulipola, but the entire infield.
You can see Coach Woodard, she's talking to everyone. It's not just a meeting for Rachel and Deja, the battery. It's a situation. Maybe are we going to play back and go for a double play? Okay, what is the pitch sequencing going to look like? Do we need to shift one way or the other? Bree Ellis is kind of known for her pull power, but we did see her go down the right side of the field for a double yesterday very well. So this is a hitter that is seeing the ball as good as anyone. I would play very deep if I'm Texas.
Second year as a pro, and Ellis finding her stride. 1-0 pitch.
If I'm Ali Carta, I'm going behind first base. I'm backing up even more.
Enormous power with Bree Ellis. Well foul. She hits the longest foul balls down the left field line of any person in the AUSL this year.
And I know that as a pitcher, and I know how fast her hands are. So that pitch was perfectly located. That's a free strike. If Bree doesn't swing at it, it could be a ball, but she does. There's nowhere else for her to go. If she hits it fair, it's going to be an easy pop up to my infielder.
Wow, off-speed pitch gets her. First strikeout for Garcia, 2 down.
I mean, that's exactly how you do it. You have a power hitter at the plate. You neutralize her with the backdoor curve in tight on the hands. You get the free strike for a big foul ball. And what's coming next? Low and slow.
Jaquish. Inning should be over. Remember, there was an error committed by Sierra Romero. Ball is still not left the infield for Utah. They've got the bases loaded. 2 outs now. And that hit something. Hit the bat. It's a foul ball.
Well, I definitely did not see that live. It was, wow. I'm not sure I even saw it there. Replay. That's so quick.
Popped up. Garcia's going to get out of it. Wow. Houdini. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Garcia retires Coleman, Ellis, and Jaquish. No damage done.
Recently retired, but you know, she is the best infielder on this team. You know, she's one of the best in the world, so you want her at shortstop. But it's just kind of interesting, when she was an All-American and the Pac-12 Player of the Year for multiple years, she was at second base.
Here's Rachel Garcia, starting pitcher for the Volts, hitting for herself. 1 for 10 with a bat in her hands. Into center field. And wow, almost shot over the head of Coleman. But the play's made, 2 down. Well struck, but in the wrong spot. All right, so Montana Fouts walked the first batter of the game and then gave up a single to Riley Boone. She's now retired 5 in a row. Here's Sierra Romero. Fouts struck out 1 back in the first inning. She leads the league in strikeouts by a wide margin. Now has 35 strikeouts, almost a strikeout an inning. On the ground, Jaquish, oh, still going strong.
Of course, younger sis is in the league as well, Sydney, and Sydney had a day today. The Spark bounced back after falling to the Blaze yesterday, so the Spark and the Blaze splitting their 2-game series, but Sydney was 3 for 4. A couple of RBI.
Hey, Charlize Palacios back in uniform. This is her first at bat in a while. Just the 7th game of the year for Palacios. We actually talked to her yesterday. She wasn't in uniform, but we had a chance to talk to her during the course of the game. This is one of the best all-around players in the AUSL, defensively behind the plate, and also a potent bat.
Yeah, Utah is getting some of their biggest players back. And it's so remarkable, the fact that they are at the 11-win mark. They are clear the favorites at the top of the standings. And you have players like Charlize Palacios who have missed the last couple of weeks.
Now Garcia got herself into trouble in the first inning. The bases were loaded with nobody out. She's able to get out of it. She surely does not want to walk the leadoff batter here in the second inning. She wants a chance to exhale a little bit. Palacios taking, and it's called strike.
Curveball on the outer half. Clearly didn't like it.
That one misses, and now it's Garcia's turn to be upset with Willie Lopez's call. Second walk for Garcia.
Well, this is where Texas has struggled in the circle this season, the free passes. They average over 5 a game, 5 per 5 between hit by pitches and walks. It just has not been their strength. Obviously, you don't want to have a walk started inning, especially when you're facing a player that is having her first at bat in quite a while. Charlize Palacios, yes, we know her caliber, an All-American, such a powerful bat, but...
Quick break from the action, guys. And to those of you who've already subscribed or clicked to like and follow us, we certainly thank you. And you probably already received your free gift, and you can skip ahead. But for those of you who have not yet clicked that subscribe or follow button, we would like to ask you to do that for us because it really helps the channel. And we really appreciate those who support us so that we can keep making great content and growing this channel. So stay until the end of this video where we'll say thank you for watching and supporting us, but we'll do it in a tangible way you can personally enjoy and one that really brings actual value to you by giving you your choice of one of these 21 great digital guides or manuals you see on the screen right now covering a wide array of useful subjects, and you'll even be able to read their table of contents before you decide. And that's how we know that each one of you will find something helpful and beneficial to your life's current journey or your future goals. They're valued between $19 and $27, but completely free. We'll see you at the end of the video and then provide you the simple steps to go get it and select yours. Now back to the action, folks.
Rachel Garcia, to me as a pitcher, I'm going right at this hitter. She might be a little cold off the bench.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hannah Flippin is the batter. The great palindrome. Hannah, native of San Diego, but has so much support here in Salt Lake City where she played college ball. Popped up. Who wants it? Romero makes the play.
She had to beat on that. Great communication from the jump, and you have to have extra good communication when you're playing here at Salt Lake City. This field very big. There's even a lot of room down the foul sides, and so you have to be very loud when you're calling a ball.
A lot of pressure on the defense here. Aaliyah Andrews. Aaliyah can do everything you'd want from that left-handed batter's box. 15 hits and 50 at-bats on the year. 2 of those hits coming yesterday. She was 2 for 3 hitting in the 9-hole. Softly to short. McLean's got to hurry. Got her! Oh, bang, bang play at first. Outs recorded. 2 down. Real test from Michaela McLean.
I looked out in the stands. Some Utah fans were tapping their heads wanting a replay on this. Rookie had to hustle, and you could see she was calling her out as well. Leah Andrews trying to have that final stride.
Here's Kaylee Wyckoff. There's now 2 outs. Wyckoff singled off of the shortstop McLean's glove in the first inning. Down the left field line, that is foul. Utah last year won it all. They were the regular season champions, going 18-6, and then won the championship series. Remarkably similar way of going about things this year. Pitching, defense, timely hitting. That was the recipe a year ago. It's been the recipe so far this season. Garcia's 1-2. Popped up. Will it be playable? It is. Catch is made by Jackie Liss. And again, Garcia works out of a spot. Texas hanging on the 2 in the Volts lineup. Michaela McLean playing in her 2nd professional game. Fouls the first pitch back to the screen. McLean is a North Carolinian through and through. She's from Liberty, North Carolina. It's outside of Greensboro. Played collegiately at both Campbell and Appalachian State, 2 schools that are located in North Carolina. She doesn't seem to have much fear of Montana Fouts right now.
I mean, she took a hack on that first pitch.
Kenzie, I want to go back to that conversation when Fouts was asked, what's your favorite pitch? She said, strike three. Don't most pitchers have a pitch that is their go-to pitch, like a drop ball or a rise ball or screw or change? She didn't seem to favor anything.
Yeah, she might be messing with us a little bit. Trying to keep her cards close to her heart, right? Doesn't want to let us in on the secret. I would say her strikeout pitch is her curveball. Wait, she's been throwing her curve, and she counters it so well and tunnels it with her drop ball. So I'm always zoning down if I'm facing Montana. You have to respect the rise, but early in the at-bats, I'm looking down, and she paints the river like nobody's business. Another strikeout, and Eric, you said that she's playing and pitching her best that we've seen in her entire career, and the stats agree, because a season ago she had 26 strikeouts, and we still have 10 regular season games to go, and she already has 35 plus. And she has passed her strikeout total. She's pitched more innings. She's getting the work in.
First time through the order, she strikes out a pair. Since that trouble in the first inning, she has now retired 7 in a row. Here's Jayla Lassiter. Jaquish has done everything right defensively so far in this series. That was a big talking point when we came in here. We got the starting lineup, and we all saw Savannah Jaquish and immediately said, that's got to be a mistake. I've seen her at third base. I've seen her behind the plate. I've actually seen her in the outfield and first base. But I've never seen her in the middle of the infield, and she looks totally at home at second base.
We've seen her catch a lot recently because of the absence to Charlize Palacios, who's been injured. And so now that Charlize Palacios is back, and we saw Savannah at second base even with Sarah Gordon behind the dish. So just Coach Cindy Ball Malone trying to find the best pieces and keep everybody in the best spot. But you have to have her bat in the lineup. So where can we find you a spot? How about second base?
She looks like a second baseman, too. She understands where she's supposed to be. She was just darting over to cover first, thinking that maybe Boone was going to lay down a bunt.
Well, what a luxury that Savannah Jaquish has spent her entire career as a catcher. So the catchers, I mean, they understand the game as well as anyone. And then at third base and at first base. And so those are her main 3 spots.
Popped up. It's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Fouts. So Fouts has now retired 9 in a row.
Next year, like, what do you think? Same time, same place, let's do it again. That looks pretty cool. I want a ring.
One thing that Cindy Ball Malone has done that's different than what Howard Dobson did is she's really embraced the complete game. I remember last year watching a lot of these Talons games. Sometimes you see Fouts come out and pitch the 6th and 7th inning, try and get a save. That's not been the case. They have just run with their starters. It's been Corrick going the distance. It's been Fouts going the distance. Faramo has been really good at times. Jalen Alchin leads things off. Waves at a pitch, 1-2.
It's so funny to me that you say that, because I watched and I called Coach Ball Malone's squad UCF in a super regional with UCLA, and she loved to use the staff at UCF. I mean, she would use all 9 of her pitchers if she wanted to.
Golfed into the gap. Alchin can really run on her way to second. She'll stop there. That is the 3rd consecutive innings that the Talons have had the leadoff batter aboard.
I mean, this bat is so hot, and that is a pitcher's pitch. This is not a hitter's spot. This is a pitch that Jalen Alchin, she has to go earn, goes down to get it low and in, drops her barrel. And how about Jayla Lassiter? She cut that ball down. If she did not cut that ball before it gets to the wall, I tell you what, that's another triple for Jalen with her speed.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out, Jordan Woolery. Woolery may have the advantage here. Just thinking back to that first time at the plate against Garcia. Remember, she saw so many pitches and eventually worked her way on with a walk. She was very familiar early in the game with Garcia. 36 homers this past spring for Woolery, and it didn't even lead her team.
Ooh, just a little low. Rachel wanted that one bad, but 3-0 count. It's time to go. Let's see if Jordan gets a pitch here.
Talons trying to come through for the first time tonight. 3-1. Looked like Woolery's taking the entire way. Another called strike. So 2 consecutive plate appearances for Woolery, and she's gotten to a full count against Garcia. Softly to third. Liss makes the play. Alchin takes an extra base. So runner on at third now with 1 out.
That's a good job by Rachel Garcia. Started that count 3-0, went all the way back, got an easy jam shot. But again, the base running from Jadlyn Alchin, you can't ignore it. That's a routine out that she makes something out of, productive on the base paths.
Okay, here comes Jada Coleman. She bounced to the pitcher with the bases loaded back in the first inning. Something to think about. All season long, Texas has struggled defensively. They've now made 20 errors as a team.
The infield in, crunched in tight, just respecting the speed from Alchin at third base. You can see Jada Coleman, she's reading the infield, seeing what the defense has given her. A triple threat, has a lot of options, can use her short game if she wants to.
1-1. Way out in front. Hard to the shortstop, the place at the plate, out at home. McLean didn't flinch, 2 down.
Welcome to the pros. That was a big time play. Michaela McLean, she gets the start at shortstop. It's a one-hopper to her. The plays in front of her. Deja Molipola laying down the tag. And we've talked about the speed. Anytime that you can get Jadlyn Alchin out on the base path, that is a win. She is one of the most elite base runners in our game. And we'll see if Rachel can dance out of another jam. That's a huge out at the plate.
Here's Bree Ellis. I'm just looking out of my scorecard. Jada Coleman has been to the plate twice now, and both times she's hit the ball on the ground in the infield, and an out has been recorded at home because of it. A 1-2 put out, now a 6-2 put out. Smacked high and deep to right center. Gone! A homer for Ellis! Utah on the board for the first time. That's some strength going opposite field.
Well, the Bree Bomb is back. She was missing in action for a little bit, but this series, back in the lineup with a bang. And this is a hitter's count, 2-0, and she sits on a changeup. And Eric, the power that Bree Ellis has to hit that ball out of this ballpark, it's a far park, there's deep fences, that's a changeup that she willed out of here. Welcome back, Bree.
First homer since June 11th. And that is huge. So Rachel Garcia, who had allowed the leadoff batter to reach into the first 3 innings, finally falls off the tightrope. She had danced in and out of trouble for the first 2 innings, but finally it catches up to her in the 3rd. Two and 0 to Jaquish. I just can't get over what a different hitter Bree Ellis is as a second-year pro as opposed to last year as a rookie.
She's a great example for maybe any rookies out there in this class that maybe mentally don't feel like they're playing their best ball. I would look to Bree Ellis and be like, okay, I can bounce back.
3rd walk by Garcia. She's now walked 1 in each of the first 3 innings, and a 2-out base runner for the Talons. Well, one thing we saw yesterday is Ricky Woodard, the head coach for the Volts, likes to use her entire bullpen. So you wonder how long the leash will be with Rachel Garcia, who's getting close to making it through the lineup for a second time.
Yeah, yesterday it was clear the strategy was not to let Utah have repeat at-bats against their arms in the circle. We saw 4 different pitching changes, 3 different pitchers yesterday.
Now, since the home run by Ellis, Garcia has not thrown a strike. Charlize Palacios walked an inning ago. Gets away from Mulipola. This 3rd inning, usually the Volts, it's kind of their beginning. Not today. Palacios hits it. Run down by Lassiter. Side is retired, but Utah grabs the lead courtesy of the home run by Bree Ellis.
Bree Ellis, 2-run shot with 2 outs. This is what makes Utah so good. This team is clutch when they need it. And with 1 swing, Utah, just like that, they're up 2-1.
4 for 4 kind of day.
Wait, tell me about the minions. What are the minions?
We've been doing some blind boxes. I think the Minion movie comes out maybe today. We're going to go see it tomorrow. I think it's kind of just been the new mascot of the Talons, unfortunately.
Hey,
Not unfortunately, sorry.
I just heard you.
Minions.
I just heard you talking about Montana. When you guys, with your pitching staff, you guys are so fun to watch. Is there enough commonality that you guys can critique each other's performances and help each other out? Or what does the situation work with that?
I think the crazy thing about pitching is there's so many different ways to do it successfully. And if you look at our staff, that's going to be a great example of that. Good job, Wick. And you're going to see 5 different types of pitching styles whenever you come out of that bullpen. So many things do go correctly together, and so many things change a lot. So much about pitching is just mentality. We talked about the ability to hit freely. Pitching freely goes hand in hand with that. So much of what we talk about in the bullpen might not be mechanical changes because each of us do something slightly different, but it may be feel, it may be about how we see each other and what we look for in one another. And Montana is just one of the best to ever do it. So anytime I get to pick her brain on pitching, whether it's mentality or physicality, I love to do it.
So you guys continue to make each other better, and iron sharpens iron. But I want to ask about the complete games, because you guys are just ridiculous. What is this about, where it's like, I get the start, I have to finish it? Are you guys joking about it? Because the complete games have been so good.
I think at the end of the day, we're always just chasing one out. The great thing about pitching is that no matter what, you get another opportunity to do it. I don't think we can talk about the complete games without talking about Charlize behind the plate. She's returning today, which is amazing for us. We've had her in the dugout calling the games and calling the pitches and working the sequences, and she's such a great mind, but having her back behind the plate is so important to us. Obviously, Sarah Gordon brought so much to the team in being able to fill in that position. But I want to say those complete games, it's all you're doing is chasing 21 outs. The first team that can get to 21 outs is usually the team that wins, and Charlize Palacios behind the dish being able to call pitches has been a huge part of that. So any single time I get an out, I can't talk about me getting an out without talking about her getting an out.
I love it. You got to give some love to your catchers, always as a pitcher. I do want to ask you quickly, you went to the MLB Awards this offseason. You were the pitcher of the year last season, and can you just tell our viewers about that experience and what that was like?
That was amazing. Obviously, MLB getting the opportunity to fly us out to Las Vegas, that's just the place to be, obviously, on the West Coast. That's amazing. One of the few times I've even been able to go to it. And it was just incredible. So professionally run. It was a great opportunity and a great experience. We got to not only be on one of the largest stages that we have with some of the largest athletes that we have. We're taking photos with Juan Soto, getting some of these, these amazing athletes that we've looked up to for a long time on the other side of the sport, coming to us and being like, my daughter plays softball, or my daughter watches and she's obsessed with you guys. She loves the sport. I'm falling in love with the sport, as kind of a break off from baseball, acknowledging that it's not the same sport, it's a different sport, but we have enough commonality that we can share these experiences across generational gaps, across sport gaps. I'm always a huge advocate that sport is the greatest unifier that we have. And so being an advocate for not only my team, the Talons, but also our sport and what we kind of represent to the greater good and the greater collective and the population was incredible. I got to be there with Jenny Finch, who has been an advocate for our sport for decades. I grew up watching her play and seeing her speak about the sport and where she started and where we've come to. It was an incredible event, and I'm really, really hoping we get the opportunity to join them again next year. If not me, then I want it to be the next person behind me. I'm looking at one that might be the next pitcher of the year right now. But I can't speak highly enough of MLB and what they've done, allowing us to expand and create this league. Yes, Montana, PFP.
Georgina, such a treat talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. This was wonderful.
Excellent work, Georgina Corrick, and another 1-2-3 inning from Montana Fouts. She keeps Andrews and Kaylee Wyckoff batting against Rachel Garcia. Flip is from San Diego. That's one of the reasons why she wears number 19. Grew up a big Tony Gwynn fan. Doesn't get any bigger than Tony Gwynn in San Diego, California. Like Tony Gwynn, Hannah Flippin plays the game with joy, panache, and flat-out ability. She is one of the most skilled players in the AUSL. She's got a perfect name for softball. Hey, Flip! Flip, Flip!
Well, yeah, you have to be a middle infielder, right? Flip a double play.
I've been watching her for close to 10 years, and she's always had just a small space between her hands when she holds that bat. About the width of about 3 credit cards, back to back. It's just kind of been her thing.
She turned on that 70-mile-an-hour rise ball in tight on her hands. Trying to stay alive here with 2 strikes. That's tough to do. We've seen a lot of right-handed hitters against Rachel in this ball game just jam up on that pitch.
Garcia has allowed the leadoff batter reach in each of the first 3 innings. And the trend continues. Half swing single to center field for Flippin. She's aboard to lead off the 4th inning. Let's check in with Sydney.
Thanks, Eric. 'Cause I had the honor of getting glammed up by Michaela Edenfield before this game. Let me tell you, her makeup probably weighs 15 pounds of her carry-on. I think the best part is her masterpiece is not just what she puts on the eye, but the way that she uses makeup starting in her childhood to gain confidence. Now, it started a movement throughout the entire softball community where she has young players and even mothers coming up to her saying, because of the way you so boldly express yourself, I now have the courage to wear the big makeup, the bold outfits, and to show my true personality. So Michaela Edenfield's impact stretches far beyond just the softball field, Eric.
Thank you, Sydney.
You know, some people wait to see what the lineup is going to be. I wait to see what her look is going to be because she is not a repeater. She is always coming up with something new and original, and I highly encourage everyone to go follow her on her socials. She'll post her looks every single game day, and just the amount of commitment and time it takes to, you know, do your makeup. It's incredible and just so artistic, and it just speaks to how talented these women are. You know, it's visible with Michaela through her art on her face, literally, but you know, these women are so multidimensional, and it's fun to see that look continue to grow as a professional.
Four-pitch walk to Andrews. Rachel Garcia continues to put herself into spots. Two aboard, nobody out. And we're going to have a timeout. Looks like Texas is going to make a change. And it wouldn't be a Texas Volts game if we didn't see Aaliyah Binford come in and pitch. So Garcia will leave. She'll be replaced by Aaliyah Binfield. We'll tell you more about Binfield and the predicament she inherits when we come back to Salt Lake City. Binford can get a ground ball. It's one of her strong suits. 1 ball to 1 strike.
Yeah, Wyckoff just trying to sacrifice up here, top of the lineup, but so much speed on the bases, especially at first base. See if she can move her teammates up 60 feet, get Aaliyah Andrews into scoring position at second base. Of course, Hannah Flippin at third.
And Ricky Woodard wants a conversation. Is there a chance that Wyckoff was... Oh. They were upset about something that Wyckoff was doing in the left-handed batter's box. We play on, 1-1. Two and two, another failed bunt. You've seen a lot of Binford. What's her wipeout pitch? She clearly would like to strike out here. What's her MO?
I mean, we haven't seen it in this at bat, but her changeup is dang good, and it goes so well with her drop ball. It's kind of her 1-2 punch going down in the zone. She's going nothing but drop ball in this at bat, side to side, working in tight on Wyckoff.
This is super important for Binford and the Volts because they're only down 1. You don't want to be down much more when you're facing Montana Fouts. Popped up. Infield fly rule. 1 down.
There's that change. Used it perfectly, saved it. 2 strikes. Down in the zone. It looks like a drop ball when it's coming in, and just such a huge first out. And we keep talking about all the pitching numbers for Binford. Oh yeah, she leads the team in homers with 5. Middle of the order bat. First ball swinging. This is Alchin. Lazy fly out to right. Good catch by Boone, who shows off that great arm of hers. 2 down. I didn't know Jalen Alchin could be retired.
All right, work's not done yet for Binford. She's got to deal with Jordan Woolery.
See her kind of talking to herself, wanting to make a in-at-bat adjustment, trying to stay through that drop ball a little bit more. Think right side.
Second baseman Romero calls. Difference in this game, one swing of the bat by Bree Ellis back in the third inning. It was a 2-run homer. Talons lead by a score of 2-1. We're playing the fifth inning. How good has Montana Fouts been? She allowed the first two batters of the game to reach. She's since retired 12 in a row. Jaden Goodwin, Rachel Garcia, Sierra Romero, the scheduled three to bat here in the fifth inning. But we're getting to the point in the game where it's all hands on deck. You may think about pinch hitters. Skips foul.
I like the idea of trying a little bit of small ball just because you have to do something different to break up the momentum that Montana has right now. And we talked about it earlier in this game. The last time that Montana faced Texas, she gave up 4 hits in the first inning, and after that first inning only gave up 1 the rest of the way. And of course it was a complete game win. It's kind of her thing this year. 5 wins, 5 complete games. And you just know that once she gets in her rhythm, she's going to continue to get stronger and stronger as the game goes on.
Well, you had the Riley Boone first inning hit, and then you had a fly ball out by Rachel Garcia in the second inning. That's the only 2 times the ball has left the infield against Fouts. Another strikeout from Montana. That's now 4 punch-outs.
Yeah, getting that lead out, and you can see just the tail on her arm side, down and away, and a very uncomfortable swing from the rookie.
Rachel Garcia still in the game. Called strike 1. Well, the story's been told a bunch of times, but for those who don't know, Montana is named for the state, not the quarterback. Her dad went fishing in Montana, fell in love with the place, and said, I'm naming my daughter Montana. Taking it a step further, Montana or Montaña is Spanish for mountains. And now she's dominating here at the base of the Wasatch Mountains. It all makes sense.
Have you been to Montana?
It's the one state I've never been to. Thank you for asking. I've been to 49.
Yeah. It's the one state you haven't gone to?
Correct. It's the one state I've never been to, and you throw me under the bus. I've never seen a moose either. Those are 2 life goals. I probably could check them both off at the same time. Go to Montana, see a moose.
Well, between Montana Fouts and Montana vacations, because everyone is going there in the summer, that's the time to go. Apparently my TikTok, right? My TikTok is full of Montana vacations and Montana Fouts strikeouts.
Another strikeout for Fouts. Well, Montana was born to be a great thrower. If you go to Canton, Ohio, and at the National Football Hall of Fame, there are 2 quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame, Joe Montana and Dan Fouts, some of the best throwers in the history of the National Football League, and she's got both of them covered in her first and her last name.
Ooh.
Typical Sierra Romero. I love it.
Also 70 miles an hour as a rise ball.
And Sierra thought she can get on top of it. I love the confidence of Sierra. How is it that some pitchers just seem to get better as the game goes on?
It's something about the way that your body loosens up and you get a little sweat going. You feel like you're pitching kind of at an 80%.
Off of Fouts' glove. That'll be a base hit. So Sierra Romero is aboard. Sierra's actually hit the ball hard twice. Finally has a hit to show for it.
Yeah, I think sometimes power pitchers, they have to almost be tired to pitch their best. And this ball was hit very hard because Montana, she's providing the power, right? Very similar to a Rachel Garcia or a Carlin Pickens. We were seeing 70 plus as a hitter. You really don't have to do a whole lot. It's just get to contact. The power will be there. It's coming in hard.
We're going to have a pinch runner.
Kaya Altmaier.
Yeah. Just her second professional game. She's going to run for Garcia, and this is an important base runner. Altmaier represents the potential tying run.
Another Texas Longhorn entering the AUSL. We saw Ashton Maloney join the Bandits. Of course, Reese Atwood is hitting home runs for the Blaze. Leanne Good, we've seen her already for the Volts in this series. Not in the starting lineup today, but we saw her at shortstop yesterday. So it's fun to see the national champs in this rookie class join the league.
Here's the rookie, Michaela McLean. Snap throw to first, and Altmaier's just back. McLean wasn't really thinking about bunting, right? She was trying to distract the catcher.
Yeah, I don't think so. It could have been just a little decoy. I'm going to take this pitch regardless. Might as well do a little something with it.
Second professional game for McLean. She is from Liberty, North Carolina. Played collegiately. Just finished up at Appalachian State up in the mountains. And I'll tell you what, for someone who's playing their second professional game, she's got a confident way about her. She's facing the best pitcher maybe on the planet right now, and she is swinging like she means it. '78th pitch for Fouts upcoming. A little bit of a release for Coleman, who had bounced out with runners on base her first two times up.
Well, Jada Coleman to me is such an electric addition to this team. Of course, you have the returners of Bree Ellis, who, yes, went yard in her last at bat. It was an absolute Bree bomb. But the offense with a Jada Coleman, Bree Ellis, I think this team is ready to get right back to that championship series, which will be at Davis Diamond this season.
Bree Ellis, 3 homers among her 11 hits this year. One of the most impressive homers you'll see all season long. Deepest ballpark in the AUSL. And Bree goes to the opposite field, right center. Ball gets away, and that is a gift. An extra 60 feet for Coleman. With the way that Montana Fouts is throwing, 1 extra run would be huge. Binford really didn't want to have to deal with Ellis. She walks on 4 pitches. And Ali Carta is the first baseman, and she now leaves first base. Is she going to come into the game? Now, it looks like Ali Carta is going to come into pitch. So Binford, who was magical, working out of trouble in the 4th inning, is going to hand the ball over to Carta. We're going to keep it here. It's going to be the 2nd consecutive game that we've seen Carta come on in relief of Binford. Carta came on to pitch the final 2 1/3 in yesterday's game. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the Talons 2-out rally. It was presented by Miralax. It's the home run by Bri Ellis.
And this was in the 3rd inning, and this is that home run that we're talking about. This is a hitter's count, a 2-0 count, a changeup that she has the power to get this ball out of the ballpark. There are not many hitters, I don't care any league, that can hit an off-speed pitch with the power that we just saw from Bri Ellis. And I'm loving this dugout camera, the celebration absolutely on, just such personality. She is looking so dialed in. That's the USA Softball Player of the Year that we know her to be. And that's what I'm saying about this team. They have the pitching. So when you have hitters like Jada Coleman back and healthy, she's been out. Bri Ellis back and healthy, she's been out. Charlize Palacios, first day back from the IR. Hannah Flippin, she missed a couple of games due to injury. They are peaking right on schedule.
So Carter's done with her warm-up tosses. She inherits runners on at first and at third. Nobody out. Texas already down by a run. They only got 6 more outs to play with. They want to stem the tide. It's going to be Savannah Jaquish. Then we've got Palacios, Flippin, and Andrews if this inning continues. Cindy Ball Malone is going to have a quick conversation with the home plate umpire. Maybe Ellis is going to be lifted for a runner. Ellis is heading towards that third base dugout. Rachel Becker will replace her. The most important run is at third. You want to get up to a 2-run advantage, but getting up 3 would be nice as well. And thinking towards that, Becker comes in to replace Ellis. Jaquish 0 for 1 with a walk. She's earned her keep tonight defensively. She's played a great second base. Carter's first strike. Ball and 2 strikes.
I see right away Ali Carta, the veteran, lighting up that velocity at 70 miles an hour. She'll work side to side with a screwball and a curveball to both sides of the plate.
The runner at first, Becker, was actually off with that pitch. Becker heads back to first. I think if she had a straight steal, I don't think they'd throw down.
Yeah, I would steal here if I was Utah. I would get Rachel in motion. Good count to go. Get another runner into scoring position.
Utah's had the leadoff batter aboard in each of the first 5 innings, yet they've only scored in 1 inning. They have had a whole bunch of traffic, but not a lot of offense. Just 2 runs scored despite all the base runners. Wow, off-speed pitch, a beauty. Jaquish strikes out.
What a battle. And this is an off-speed curveball. You can see the spin that Ali Carta puts on this. It's tailing away, and it just kind of pulls the string. Jaquish way out in front.
Here's Charlize Palacios, her return game. 0 for 1. She worked her way out for a walk in the second inning and flied to center. That was against Rachel Garcia. Bunt, caught. Oh, this was going to be a double play somewhere. They could have had it. Oh, off the bag. Everyone's safe. And Binford has to pay attention. There could have been a double play at third if Liss could have gotten back to the bag, or at first if Binford had stayed on the bag. Oh, Binford was on the orange part of the bag?
Well, you can see right there the first base umpire, Mike Bartling, saying that she was off the base. So, of course, Ali Carter, she's trying to find an extra out somewhere. The feet were kind of getting tangled up, and you can see Rachel Becker, she's not even anywhere near the white base. Her foot was on top of Aaliyah Binford's foot. Well, she's back there.
I trust Sierra Romero.
On here.
Well,
so right there, Aaliyah Binford needs to turn and tag her. She needs to keep the ball on her. It looks like Becker did get there first, but she gets knocked around a little bit off of the white base, and she was standing on that orange base. And you're standing on that orange base, you have the ability to get tagged out. You're essentially off of first base. That orange base does not exist. It is not there.
So the challenge by the Volts. They think this inning's over.
No, I think she beats it. Oh, there's so much going on here.
After review, the call on the field has changed. The runner at first is out. That's Texas, one challenge. That's the third out of the inning. They have one remaining.
So a great job by Ricky Woodard and the coaching staff of Texas. They challenge. The challenge is a good one. It's a double play.
Well, could this be a spark and some momentum for Texas? They're running out of outs.
Stopping at second. So a triple and now a double for the Volts. What's going on?
Ooh, we have some early aggressive swings. Riley Boone and Jayla Lassiter both swinging on the first and then the second pitch of their at-bats. And look at the emotion. Texas needs this. It is a very lopsided series. Utah all-time has a record of 11-1 over Texas.
I think this is strictly strategy. Sydney Ball Malone wants to give Montana Fouts every opportunity to get out of this.
Well, just to regroup, a little breath, because Texas has come out and in two pitches really taken the hold of this game. Like, you can feel the momentum is all in that first base dugout.
So Jackie Liss, one of the hottest hitters on the Volts, her job is to get Boone over to third. Cannot hit a ball further and stay in the yard here in the AUSL than Jayla Lassiter. Wow. That was 235 3/4 feet.
A little low, maybe.
The worm is turned. Third time through the order. Texas feeling good against Fouts. Fouts gets the strikeout. 7 strikeouts for Fouts, first out of the 6th inning.
So she's trying to take back that momentum herself. And how about a rise ball at 72 miles an hour? Jackie Liss just trying to catch up.
Aaliyah Binford. 1-0 to Binford. Let's check in with Sydney, who's standing by with Jayla Lassiter.
Thanks, Eric. I'm here with Jayla, who you can't even tell this is only her second game playing at the AUSL. The way you stepped up to the plate with so much confidence. What was feeling that confidence when you barreled it up to tie this game?
Just having my teammates, you know, they made great plays out here, and we're just always one swing away. I think we did a good job this inning starting that.
Awesome. Thank you. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sydney. It was a triple and an error by the shortstop Flippin when the ball got away. Binford drives this right side. Hit it well! It's off the wall! Binford on her way to second. A run will score. Binford will make it to third with a triple. The second triple of the inning for Texas. Their third extra base hit of the sixth. I didn't see this coming.
Well, the swings that we're seeing right now from Texas, they are spraying the field everywhere. We saw the inside the park home run, if you will, from Jayla Lassiter. It was dead center. Riley Boone goes to the left field. And then Aaliyah Binford goes right field. I mean, to see a right-handed power hitter hit that ball the way that she did, incredible. Another ball off of the fence.
This is really the only ballpark in the league where you can see a whole bunch of triples because the outfield fence is so deep. So for the second time today, Texas has a lead. Deja Mulipola, 2-0 count. This will drive in another run. Andrews makes the catch. Binford tags and scores. It's a 2-run lead for Texas. Great job by Mulipola.
And every ball that has been put in play in this inning from Texas has been hard contact. Just needing to get this ball to the grass any way that Deja can, she does. And Aaliyah Binford can almost walk home.
Montana Fouts had been cruising. She had given up one hit in the previous 4 innings. But here in the 6th inning, a triple, a double, another triple, and a sacrifice fly had plated 3 runs. Side is retired.
The last time that these two teams faced off, Ali Carta was not in uniform for the Volts. So a different look for the Talons.
Carta does not want to walk Flippin. Oh my, great start for the Talons. The number 8 hitter, Hannah Flippin, is aboard with nobody out. Let's check in with Sydney.
Eric, you spoke to Ali Carter's experience. Well, I talked to her before the game. She said this morning she watched her last Olympic starts. She said, I want to become that type of pitcher that's just being that free, aggressive self. She said, that's when I'm playing my best, is when I think back to that last Olympics. I don't need to be perfect in the circle, but I need to be free and aggressive, and whatever my team needs, which might be playing first base right now.
Yeah, they need her at first base. So Binford and Carta will flip-flop. Binford, who is pitching back in the 4th and in the 5th, comes back in with a runner out of first base and nobody out. Kenzie, what do you make of this?
Well, we have seen this consistently from Texas. They are not afraid to, number one, go to Aaliyah Binford. This is their go-to girl in relief, but also they're not afraid to make multiple pitching changes. But it's kind of thrown me a little bit, I'm not going to lie.
So Carta came in to pitch to Jaquish, Palacios, and Flippin. And now Binford comes back in.
It could also be a matchup thing with Aaliyah Binford being a drop baller and Aaliyah Andrews being a short gamer, trying to keep that ball on the dirt. Not allow Aaliyah Andrews to elevate a ball, and with her speed, you do not want to allow her to see something to the gap.
Ball and 2 strikes. Andrews was not bunting as a sacrifice. She's bunting for a base hit. Talons need base runners. Two and 2. And now it's Binford's turn to fret a little bit. She does not want to walk Andrews. Slapped into the waiting glove of Goodwin. That's the first out of our 6th inning. So we go back to the top of the order, and now we're going to see Kaylee Wyckoff, who has actually batted against Binford in today's game. She popped out to 3rd back in the 4th inning. Huge story in this game has been Utah's inability to hit with runners on. They have had multiple base runners in almost every inning. So far through the first 5 innings, they've left 8 runners on. Back in the 1st inning, they left the bases loaded. Yeah, the bases loaded and nobody out and didn't score.
And on the flip side for Texas, it's been 1 hot inning.
Oh my goodness. Situational hitting.
Wow.
1 for 17 with runners on. That'll make it through. Those numbers will change. Wyckoff is aboard.
Well, if Utah is going to make a move, they need to make a move right now. Hannah Flippin getting on via the free pass, turning the lineup over to the top. And how about Kaylee Wyckoff? Kind of an unsung hero this season for Utah out of the reserve pool. She has earned herself that spot at the top. And here comes the hitter that we saw go 4 for 4 yesterday.
Jalen Alchin, 4 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 2 today with a double. Binford knocks it down, won't be able to make a play. Everybody safe, an infield single for Alchin. And they're going to switch pitchers again.
Well, Jalen Alchin, you've got to give her credit. She just puts the bat on the ball. She always seems to have hard contact. You want the ball on the ground. Got a lot of speed on the bases. And right now for the Talons, it's past the bat. Let's get deep into our lineup. And for Texas, they're kind of playing that cat and mouse game.
So Carter will come on with Jordan Woolery stepping to the plate. Because Carter's pitched in this inning, she will not be allowed to warm up. She's just going to throw it when she gets it. Woolery, one of the best power hitters in the history of college softball, has not homered as a pro. That almost got past Carter. First base dugout not happy with that call. Whole bunch of nothing for Utah with the bases loaded tonight. One and two. shallow right center. Boone makes the play. No tag by Flippin. Two down.
Man, if Texas can dance out of this, the pitching changes, they've worked so far. That was a huge out, and now you have to deal with the number 4 spot, Jada Coleman. Her best hit in her last at bat.
Second time today, Coleman's batted with the bases loaded. And Coleman is going to be called aside by the head coach, Cindy Ball Malone.
She called that timeout herself. Didn't like the strike, was a little frustrated, needed a moment, needed to walk out of the batter's box, and this is a competitor. She knows the moment. She knows that her mindset needs to be exactly where she knows it needs to be. And I love that. That's just some quick self-awareness, and this is a veteran coach giving her young player what she needs to hear. Just a little reset.
Two-run game. Another called strike. Oh, can Carter get out of this?
See Jada Coleman asking our home plate umpire, would that have been called a strike if I didn't swing?
Oh my goodness! Carter wanted it.
That's exactly where you need to put it in that count. Low and away, yes, it's a ball, but just perfectly executed. Can use that away pitch as a setup. Woo!
That would have cleared the bases.
She made that look way too easy. Well, Allie Carter started this at-bat getting back-to-back strikes on the inner half, and then the last 3 pitches have all been away.
Carter's 1-2.
Coleman spoiled it. Carter went back inside. You try to get a hitter leaning away. See if that inside corner opens back up, and that's just Jada Coleman keeping this at bat alive.
Home plate umpire Willie Lopez needs some fresh softballs. Coleman battling back down in the count 0-2. She's seen a bunch of pitches from Carter. Hammered! Gone! Homer! How good is Jada Coleman? You've got to be kidding me! One of the best at-bats you'll ever see.
What can you say about this at-bat that we just saw from Jada Coleman? A grand slam on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. She saw everything from Allie Carter. That inside pitch, she had fits earlier in this at-bat, but she called timeout herself. She needed a reset. You see the emotion from the dugout and the fist pump from Cindy Ball Malone. They had a lengthy timeout to get her into the right mindset for that at-bat because they knew that was the game. The game was on the line in that at-bat.
There is something special about Jada Coleman. There is a reason why she won 4 national championships as a college player. Wow! And Bri Ellis is hit as Carta just beside herself. What an incredible 6th inning. Jada Coleman standing by with Sydney.
Jada, you worked so hard to be back healthy for your team for moments like this. What did it mean for you to deliver?
Honestly, watching my teammates celebrate is like the best thing ever. That was a great at-bat. I'm glad, we got the bases loaded, and just to come in and do that it was awesome.
Well, the celebration was quite the party. I'll let you get back to it.
Yes, thank you.
I've watched a bunch of softball in my life. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Jada Coleman looked so uncomfortable after the first called strike.
Yes. Even pitches after the timeout, she was kind of fouling them off, getting rid of them, throwing her hands, trying to figure out what she was going to sit on. There's so much to be learned in that at-bat, like just a case study in the mental game.
Jaquish hooks it foul.
And how you can look really foolish on one pitch, but keep your mental where it needs to be, and you can make adjustments from pitch to pitch, from foul ball to foul ball. Change your game plan if you need to.
Utah spent the first 5 innings just leaving oodles of base runners on the base paths. It all changes in the 6th when it matters most. Now we've got to spin it forward and think about the 7th inning. Do you keep Montana Fouts in the game? We saw Georgina Cork throwing just in case. We saw Megan Faremo getting loose just in case.
Well, the way that conversation is happening, it makes me think we're going to see Megan Faremo. It looked like Montana is talking to her teammate about what she's seeing, what the game plan has been, what she's feeling out there. Like, there's some serious strategy going on. You can see Montana, she's looking at the lineup, talking about where Texas is going to be and who they're going to be facing.
Talk about great options to have. You can keep Fouts in there, go for a 6th consecutive complete game. You get Faremo, who's one of the best in the world. You get Georgina Cork, last year's Pitcher of the Year. Beat continues for the Talons. Jaquish, a single.
She's fired up now. She was dialed in her at bat, right? She was locked in, had that game face on, but she's all smiles, dancing in the dugout.
Here's Palacios, first game back. 0 for 2 with a walk. It's her second look at Carta. Thinking about the 7th inning. Texas going to be down by at least 2 runs. Garcia, Romero, McLean, the scheduled batters.
What would you do? Would you go Montana or would you go Megan?
I'd actually go outside the box. I'd go Cork.
Cork?
I want to win this game. And I know for a fact that Cork's going to fill up the strike zone with quality pitches. Maybe academic now. Look at this. Palacios is going to score a pair. Double off the wall. Jaquish scores. The lead is now 8-4. Utah showing you what champions are made out of.
Well, in this game, we have seen Bri Ellis go yard. We've seen Jada Coleman go yard. And then now we're seeing Charlize Palacios, 2 RBI.
All right, guys, thank you so much again for watching and supporting the channel. For those subscribers who have already seen and made the move to receive your free gift, for liking and subscribing to support our channel. Feel free to click to skip and begin watching the next great video. And so to get the free gift that we mentioned it to you, which is your selection of one of these 21 fantastic digital guides or manuals shown on the screen. And I have personally reviewed several of them just to get an idea of whether they are quality or just fluff. And I tell you guys, they really have gone the distance and made each of them relevant, useful, valuable information on all these different subjects, and some of them are nearly 35 pages long and packed with truths, proven, tested techniques, and advice. And you will see for yourself that $19 to $27 really is a fair value range for the one you will select for free. And so we need you to simply follow these simple steps. Click the like button on this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure the subscribe or follow button is clicked now, or some of you clicked it earlier. That's fine. And then in the comments section, simply type the word GIFT, 4 letters, G-I-F-T. And once you've done that, you can click the link in the bio or description, or you can type the link and go to gift.3z3.me. Oh, that's G-I-F-T dot, the number 3, the letter Z, and the number 3.me. That's gift.3z3.me. And this free gift is being provided today by the sponsor of this video, AIContentCreator.app. And click on the link, you'll be taken to the site. And there will be a blue button that is highlighted there for you. And the way it works is very simple. They support our channel and provide for you this free gift when you like, subscribe, or follow and type GIFT in the comments, which helps our channel with the algorithms. And then their hope is that you will see something you like, or you will fall in love with any of their products and services that you see there. And also because they're having a super 80% off promotion right now. Again, no purchase required and no hoops to jump through. Their AI bot will simply verify that you actually did perform the like, the subscribe, or follow to our channel, and that you type the word GIFT in the comments. And if you like anything you see there, they will in turn provide a small commission to us to help support our channel. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you at another video on our channel. And always remember, whether it's a basketball game that's tight until the end, a great tennis match comeback, an overtime win, or exciting ending in football, a boxing match against all odds, a track runner who fell but never gave up to get the win, an amazing goal kick in soccer, just know and rest assured that we keep a sharp eye focused on finding for you only the sports highlights that are competitions, games, or battles among the best of the day, week, or beyond. So, if you find it on our channel, you know it's HWW approved, because you can be sure that it's a highlight worth watching. See you next time, and God bless.